All right, we are now on the record for Tuesday morning's criminal docket, November 16, 2021. And I'll start with quick announcements. And Mr. Sorrells.
Good morning, Judge. Should have number 41 on the court's docket.
Okay, CR 20-07307-I, State of Texas versus Eduardo Markowski. Is Mr. Markowski present?
Judge, I'm sorry, maybe I have the wrong number on the docket. It should be Adora.
Yes, I'm here.
It should be Adora Trajica, Judge, CR 21-04-350, Judge.
Okay, do you have the right docket?
I thought so, Judge. That's how I got the number, but maybe it's
61, Your Honor.
Oh, maybe I wrote it wrong, Judge.
Okay, CR 21-04350-I, Dora Tajica. Is Ms. Tajica present?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, we got a recommendation for a dismissal upon payment of restitution and taking a class, Judge. Just asking for some more time. That way we can discuss it with Ms. Trajica and make see if that's something that she'll be willing to accept, and she should, Judge. So if we could get about 60 days, Judge, just to make sure we can come up with the full restitution if that's the route she wants to take.
And what's the amount of the restitution?
It's a little over.
Your Honor, it's $2,065.59 to Marriott Courtyard.
Okay, and Mr. Sorrells, she also has an active, she has an ISI against her right now. Are you asking me to recall that?
Yes, Judge, please.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put you on the afternoon docket because, and is that going to be enough time for your client to make that restitution payment?
I'm not sure, Judge, if we could. Ms. Trajica, is 60 days enough time to come up with a little over 2,000 if that's the route that you want to take?
Yes, of course.
Perfect,
Okay.
Judge.
Then I'm going to put her for February 1st at 1:30. And that should give her time. All right?
Perfect, Judge. That should be all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Okay, Ms. Mount?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 27 on the docket and my client is on the screen, Dominic Garcia.
CR 21-02744-I. Mr. Garcia, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, my client, we received a recommendation that indicated my client could apply for the pretrial diversion program. So we would like some time for him to be able to do so.
Okay, and does he have all the prerequisites like a driver's license, or is he gonna need time to get that?
We're gonna need a little bit of time to put everything together and submit it. I requested a copy of the application, so I should be getting that in the next day or so, and I'll be going over it with my client and getting everything together with him.
Okay. I'm gonna give you some time to do that because what I've been doing is I'm going to trust that the application and everything will be submitted, and the DA's office is taking about 60 to 90 days to review it. So his next setting will be for placement. So I'm gonna give him enough time to do that. And I'm gonna put him for March the 1st at 1:30.
Judge, I will be back from medical leave about March the 15th.
Okay, when do you go out on medical leave?
Beginning of January. I'll be out probably 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay. All right, then we'll do the 22nd.
Of March?
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
that'll give him plenty of time to get that in and see if a decision has been rendered between now and then.
Thank you, Judge. Is that at 9:30?
1:30.
1:30.
And that'll be already for placement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In the meantime, no harmful contact with the alleged victim, whose name is Mr. Lozano?
1 second, Your Honor, I'm pulling it up. Paisano Soto, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, then we'll see you then, Mr. Garcia, okay? You need to cooperate with your attorney so that you can get that in, all right?
Okay.
Okay, anything else, Ms. Mount?
That's all I have before this honorable court. May I be excused? May my client be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Garcia?
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Good
sir.
morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. I believe I have number 67 on the court's criminal docket. Just for a status hearing, Judge, we have a brief announcement.
CR 20-44909-I, State of Texas versus Joel Rene Villarreal. Is Mr. Villarreal present?
I believe he is, Judge. I saw his,
Yes, I am I'm present, Your Honor.
there he
Okay,
is.
and, okay, and so are you substituting in for Mr. Maldonado?
Yes, Judge, that's correct. I filed the motion to substitute. I see that there was a proposed order, but he's still listed as the court-appointed attorney.
Okay, I'm gonna ask, did I sign off on that order or do I still need to sign on that order?
It looks like it hasn't been signed, Judge.
Okay, I'll request that to be submitted and forwarded to my queue. And also, once that's signed, I know it sounds redundant, but you'll also have to file a notice of appearance.
I believe there was a notice filed as well, Judge.
Okay, all right. So Ms. Soto, do we have a report on Mr. Villarreal?
Yes, Judge, he has his mobility back to safeguard and there's no violations.
Okay,
Judge, the brief announcement, I know I guess Andre Maldonado would have said the same, but there's a felony pending at intake, and so we would just make the court aware of that.
okay. Mr. Lozano, do you see that the felony is still pending or have they already?
That's correct, Your Honor. The felony is still at intake.
Okay. All right, then I'll have him come back on January the 27th
January 27th.
at 9:30, and let's see if anything's been done on that felony.
Okay, Judge. Well, we have nothing further. Can we be excused?
I just need Mr. Villarreal's phone number.
Sure.
It'll be 956 for the area code. 221-0961, Your Honor.
Okay, just keep up the good work, Mr. Villarreal, and we'll see you in January, okay?
I will, Your Honor, and thank you very much. You have a nice day.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Am I excused?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Okay, Mr. Longoria?
I have number 35 and number 36 on your docket of Pedro Luis Gonzalez, and he should be logged on.
CR 19-03971-I, CR 20-01168-I. Pedro Luis Gonzalez, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, these misdemeanor cases arose out of some felonies. Those felonies are still haven't been resolved. Our next setting is December the 1st and the 139th. So I'm just asking if these cases could be continued to after that date.
Okay. January 27th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, you certainly may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Garza?
Good morning, Your Honor. Rogelio Garza, I represent Elogio Barrientos Archiva. He's a person that's deceased. I don't know, he's got 3 cases, Judge. I don't know what numbers they are.
Yeah, it's 7, 8, and 9. So you were pending the death certificate for the dismissal, correct?
That's correct, Judge. And after we appeared before you, and when I appeared before you in September the 14th, shortly after that, I did call his wife and left her a message to call me. She never responded. So then I sent her a text advising her that the DA's office required a death certificate. And I know she had it because when she called me that her husband had died, I told her that about the death certificate and she said she was going to get it. After that hearing in your court, then she had another pending felony case in the 370th. And we showed up, I showed up on September the 29th and advised the court that what I just advised this court. And Judge Gonzalez advised the DA's office for them to take care of obtaining the death certificate. Since you have the staff, call Austin, get it, and let me know when you get it. So I did talk to Jay Garza on Friday, and I asked him if he had that copy. He's a DA officer there, and he says he didn't have it, but as soon as he got it, he'd give me a copy.
Okay.
So that's what.
Mr. Lozano, do you see any notes in there?
From the felony, Your Honor?
Well, just anything. I mean, if they received it, I would assume they'd share it with you.
That's correct, Your Honor. Currently, the felony is set for April 8th as a tickler pending the death certificate. The felony case has not been dismissed yet.
Okay.
So we're still pending the death certificate.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't understand what's so difficult about getting that, but what I would say, Mr. Garza, is, I mean, I guess what we'll do is the same thing. If you get it earlier than April the 8th, because I'm not gonna, I'll do the same. I'll set these for a tickler to see if the death certificate has been submitted. And I'll go ahead and set it for the same date of April the 8th. But between now and then, as soon as you get it, just let us know, and Mr. Lozano, just submit it to Mr. Lozano, and that way he can get the dismissals prepared.
Yes, Your Honor. And I will keep in touch with Jay Garza, the prosecutor in the 370s, and advise him as soon as he gets it to call Mr. Lozano.
Yes. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Salinas?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Judge, I'm here on docket number 16, State of Texas versus Reynaldo de Leon. The cause number is CR 2104296I.
Okay, and is Mr. De Leon present?
He's present on the screen, Judge.
Okay, Mr. De Leon, can you hear us? Is Mr. De Leon Spanish speaking?
He's Spanish speaking, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Castaneda, please ask Mr. De Leon if he can hear us.
Mr. De Leon, ¿nos escucha?
Hey.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, and so, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Judge, our last announcement at last setting was that Mr. De Leon was going to submit a pretrial diversion application. He filled that out on November 9th, Judge. He took his drug test the day after. We were missing a couple of signatures on some documents. Those have been filed this morning. So now we've got to submit that, Judge. We were a little delayed, lacking some signatures, but we've got everything and it should be submitted this morning.
Okay. So the only thing left after that is the review and if the payment letter if accepted.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so then I'm gonna put this out because if you're just going to be submitting it and then it's gonna be for review. All right, let's come back on February the 24th. And I'm gonna leave it for 1:30. If you don't receive a notice at that time, we'll just make it into a status, but I'm hoping that you'll receive an answer by that date.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, in the meantime, Mr. De Leon, there's no harmful contact with the alleged victim. Okay,
The victim is Soledad Melgoza.
okay, Ms. Castaneda, please let him know that there's to be no harmful contact with Soledad and the last name?
Melgoza.
Melgoza.
Mr. De Leon.
¿Sí?
Por ahorita no que no puede tener contacto del niño con Soledad Melgoza.
Just let him know it's no violent contact, no harmful contact.
It's sin contacto dañino.
Okay, and let him know to come back on February the 24th at 1:30.
Su próxima corte es el 24 de febrero a la 1:30 de la tarde.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you then.
Thank you, Judge. May he be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, and Ms. Castaneda, let him know that he's released.
Mr. De Leon, se puede retirar.
Okay, gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, and I have one more setting this morning to status hearing, docket number 53, if the court's willing to hear that.
Okay,
It's State of Texas versus Luis Rodriguez, CR 2003508I.
all right, and is Luis Rodriguez present?
He's present, Your Honor.
Luis Rodriguez, please announce yourself.
I am present, Your Honor.
Okay, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, at our last setting, there was a pending felony in intake that has since been indicted, Judge. That cause number is CR 250521D. It's out of this same transaction, Your Honor. Now that that's been indicted, Judge, the same announcement for Mr. Rodriguez, and that we're submitting a PTD application for him for both the felony and this misdemeanor, Your Honor. We've got everything we need, but for a couple of signatures. Mr. Rodriguez works out of town. He's back in town today. He should be coming into the office tomorrow, so we should get it submitted. I respectfully ask the court to maybe consider that February 24th date. I think that we should have a decision by that time, Judge.
Okay, that's fine. Then come back on February the 24th at 1:30 on that, and hopefully he'll be ready for placement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
That's all I have before the court, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice
All
day.
right, and Mr. Rodriguez, you're excused as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Ms. Gutierrez?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have numbers 58, 57, and 58 on your criminal docket. Same defendant.
Okay, CR 1910145-I, CR 1908040-I. Raquel Smith, is Ms. Smith present? Raquel Smith.
Yes, I'm here.
She should be.
All right. Okay, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, in this case, we did receive a recommendation from the state. However, we're also informed she's PTD eligible, so we would like some time to prepare her packet for application for pretrial diversion.
Okay. And is Ms. Smith, do you live in Hidalgo County?
No, not right now.
Okay, so you're gonna need to make arrangements for that UA, Ms. Gutierrez.
Very well, Your Honor. I'll also inquire about whether her living out of the area would disqualify her from pretrial diversion.
Okay. Did you receive your digital evidence?
I do, Your Honor. I have everything that I requested. I even have the digital media.
Okay, so then what we'll do is I'll go ahead and give you an opportunity to apply for the PTD program and have it go under review, and you'll return on February the 24th at 1:30. And I'm hoping that'll be for placement.
Very well, Your Honor. That's all I have on this client, Your Honor, but I would like to make a request on an individual who was scheduled for this afternoon at 1:30. And the reason that I'm asking for the possibility to be heard this morning is because I do have to be at the Homeland Security Investigations Office for a debrief this afternoon at 3, and we're scheduled for 2, and I'm concerned that I won't have enough time to drive out there.
And what do you have this afternoon? Is it a plea, or are you just making an announcement?
No, Your Honor, we're just making an announcement.
Okay.
He was in jail, and so he was initially on the jail docket, but he's no longer in jail.
And what's the cause number?
The cause number is CR 2110807-I, and it is Rodolfo Palomo Garcia III.
Judge, if I may,
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Ortegon is also on a companion case of his, Your Honor. He was released from jail, and this was just a status, Judge.
Your Honor, so from what I reviewed, Mr. Ortegon was the attorney who represented him and pled him on that previous case, but I believe they're filing a motion to revoke him.
Yes, I understand that Mr. Ortegon stated that he was not representing him on the revocation or on anything else because he had not been retained or something like that, that it was only up to the point of him entering a plea.
Okay.
Is what I had understood from the last time. Okay, and so what are you going to do, or what are you asking to do on that case?
Your Honor, we're asking for some time. I do have discovery, but I need to review that with my client as well as well, he's probably not pretrial diversion eligible based on the previous case, but yes, so I need to review the discovery, talk to my client, and we also were waiting to see whether the other case was going to get a lawyer, whether I would be appointed so that we would know whether I work on this independently or if I work on them together.
Okay, he still needs to show up this afternoon. But
I believe he's logged on right now, Your Honor. But if you need him to log on.
Mr. Garcia, are you present?
Judge, I see him under Adrian 2.
You're on mute. And what is the offense?
The offense is an assault and a resisting arrest.
Okay. And has the revo been filed already, Ms. Soto?
Yes, Judge, it's been submitted.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Okay.
Okay, so has the revo been set yet?
Judge, the revo was signed on the 4th of October. He was initially a jail case, Judge, and Your Honor gave him a bond, but the revocation is still open.
Okay. Well, Mr. Ortegon, like I said, stated that he was not his attorney, so we'll go ahead and appoint you to his cases that are pending, Ms. Gutierrez.
Very well, Your Honor.
And I'll give you some time to get that discovery. And I'll go ahead and have you come back on January the 11th at 9:30.
Very well, Your Honor, and I appreciate you taking this case out of turn.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Nothing further before this honorable court. May myself and Mr. Garcia be excused, and Ms. Raquel Smith as well.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, let me have a phone number for you.
956, ma'am. 904-6726.
Okay. All right. Okay, yes, you all are excused. Ms. Smith, Mr. Garcia, and Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a great day.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Munoz?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 1 on your docket.
Okay.
Sara Maricruz. We're here for a motion to withdraw. If the court recalls, at our last hearing, she had her second NISI. We did send the client representation letter. We called her. We spoke to her mother-in-law, who could not provide any further information. She did contact us. She has contacted the office sporadically, but has stated that she doesn't have a phone or a stable way to contact her.
Okay, so that's CR 21-04390-I, Sarah Marie Cruz. Are you present? Okay, all right. Well, we'll call her name out at the end of the docket anyway, 3 times. But at this time, we'll go ahead and I'll grant your motion to withdraw, I'll ask for that to be forwarded to my queue. And she has a pending NISI anyway.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Likewise. Okay, Mr. Cavazos?
Good afternoon, Judge. How you doing? Or good morning. I'm sorry.
Good morning.
I'm a little Judge. Your Honor, I have I'm standing in for Eloy Sepulveda. He has, I believe, number 15 on your docket, Judge.
Okay, all right, hold on. Okay, I guess he logged off. I had seen Mr. Sepulveda on. All
Yeah, he
right,
texted me that he was going to be in and out, Judge. He had some other stuff to do or something. You know how it
Okay.
goes, Your Honor. When you're the younger nephew, you kind of have to do what you're told.
CR 21-06271-I, State of Texas versus Felicia Colmenero. Is Ms. Colmenero present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I need for you to turn on your camera, ma'am. You're gonna hit that video at the bottom of your screen. Ms. Colmenero, did you hear me? Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, and what is your announcement on this?
Your Honor, Mr. Sepulveda needs some more time. I think he's going to be applying for pretrial diversion, Judge, in this case.
Okay, she was going to take her driver's license test. I believe that was her last announcement. Ms. Colmenero, were you able to take that test? You're on mute.
Yes, I passed it.
Oh, congratulations. Okay, you need to get that driver's license to your attorney so he can finish the process.
Okay.
All right, so he had asked for time to allow her to take that test, so now she's passed it, Mr. Cavazos.
Yes, Judge.
So she needs to get that to Mr. Sepulveda, and now he can go ahead and move forward with it. So
Yes,
Ms. Soto, by any chance, does she have a device?
I have no record, Judge, no.
Okay. All right. So then what we'll do is we'll have her come back. I'm going to give her an opportunity to submit that driver's license to her attorney. And she's going to apply for that PTD program. And then I'm going to see her back here on February the 24th at 1:30. And hopefully that's going to be for placement.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
39, Judge. I don't. Okay, Judge.
You froze, Mr. Cavazos.
I'm sorry, Judge. Number 39 on your docket, Judge. Jose Herrera.
All right, Ms. Colmenero, we'll see you back here on February the 24th at 1:30. Stay in close contact with your attorney. Turn in your copy of your driver's license and get your UA done, okay?
Thank you.
All right. And that is CR 20-01762-I, State of Texas versus Jose Herrera. Mr. Herrera, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Judge, I've received the discovery and I received a recommendation from the state. I need to go over the discovery with my client. He has some questions of why this is not a Class C ticket. I need to explain and see what he wants to do with this case, Judge. So we're asking for maybe days, Judge, maybe the same setting as Mr. Sepulveda would be fine.
Okay, you broke up there, but okay, so then did you submit your waiver of arraignment? Because I'll show it as pending.
Let me see.
Judge, I do have it was submitted, but it was the improper form, Judge. I'm not sure if you'd like to accept it, and then they can send over the required form to Mr. Cavazos.
Okay. And so then,
Judge, I mean, he's present, Judge. We can just do the arraignment right now. I mean, he's here. It'll take half a second. Enter a plea of not guilty and ask for pretrial dates at this time, Judge. He is competent. He does speak English, able to assist.
All right. Okay, so, well, Mr. Herrera, just raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Is your true and correct name Jose Guadalupe Herrera?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, and you're being charged with reckless driving at this time. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And so your attorney has already entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf and has also stated that you're competent. So no court has ever declared you to be mentally incompetent. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so I'll give you an opportunity to review the discovery with your attorney, and I'll have you come back on February the 24th. However, he'll be at 9:30.
At 9:30. I'll make sure I get that time to him, Judge.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Judge, excuse.
All right, you both may be excused.
Have a good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Have a good
You
morning.
too. Mr. Almanza?
Good morning, Judge. Jonathan Almanza on for number 54 and 55 on your docket, Luis Miguel Rodriguez, CR-20-01590-I and CR-20-01591-I.
Okay, and is Mr. Luis Miguel Rodriguez present?
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
Right here.
Okay, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, he was accepted into mental health court. Your Honor, I do have the documents. Mr. Rodriguez will come in this week to sign. There was some confusion on the requirements of mental health court, and we got to figure out some logistical issues. So we can just give a 2-week reset. And the only logistical issue, Your Honor, is him reporting to the facility every single month, as he doesn't have a vehicle. So I just wanted to be able to ask Ms. Soto some questions and the state some questions regarding because he doesn't have a vehicle and he's not able to get rides easily, that if we can kind of figure out how those meetings will work on a monthly basis.
Okay, so, but he's already been accepted to mental health court, right?
Yes, Your Honor, and the state has provided the plea documents. He's going to be coming in to sign the documents this week. And then I'm just going to go over the requirements with him and make sure that he's clear about what the requirements of mental health court are in terms of attending and stuff. Like, there isn't really like a set sheet like PTD, the PTD applications where everything's laid out. So I just want to meet with him in person and make sure we finalize that.
Okay, but the rest of it is just administrative, isn't it?
For mental health court, Your Honor?
Yes.
That was part of the confusion. He was told, and I believe it was by probation, that he has to both report to probation once a month, and then also report to the facility once a month.
No, I mean, like, the rest of it is, he's already been accepted. In other words, you've got to submit that paperwork, and then I have to sign the transfer.
Yes,
is all I have to do. So in other words, I don't think it's necessary for him to come back to me, because all I need to do is just sign the transfer. Or am I not correct on that?
This is my first mental health court, Your Honor, so I would defer to the state on that.
All right, Mr. Lozano, enlighten me, please.
Your Honor, I need more time to review. I'm not exactly sure how mental health court works.
All right, then we'll go ahead and just give you that opportunity. So then just come back then on December the 16th at 9:30.
December the 16th at 9:30. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, if I may,
yeah.
If it makes things easier, Judge, if we can just set a tickler, I just need to get with the state as to who I would be transferring. But Your Honor,
that's what I wanted to do, was just set a tickler, because, okay, but Ms. Soto's saying that it stays in our court, no transfer is done.
Oh, okay.
All right, then we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
All right, so then it'll be on December the 16th, and I'm sorry, it'll be at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further matters with this court, Your Honor. May my client and I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a nice day.
Thank you, likewise. Okay,
Thank
Mr. Maldonado?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I have number 67, State versus Joel Rene Villarreal, Your Honor. I was appointed on this case back in January, but I believe Mr. Villarreal retained another attorney, and there was a motion to substitute.
Yes, Attorney AJ Garcia already made an announcement on that case, and that, yes, he substituted in.
Okay, Judge, I have no objection, other than we've had multiple hearings on this defendant, Judge, including multiple hearings on modifications of bond or violations, Your Honor. I'm not sure how the court wants to address that.
Well, submit the time that you've worked on it.
Okay, Judge.
Okay?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Osuna?
Morning, Your Honor. Jose Osuna for the record. I have number 28, 29, and number 30, State of Texas versus Frank Anthony Garcia. Those are CR 21-01474I, CR 21-02656I, and CR 19-12585I. Mr. Garcia is present under his own name. Mr. Garcia, can you please unmute yourself? Tap the screen. There you go.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. We had been in discussions with the state. We were pretty confident that we would have our final announcement by today. Well, ultimately, we received our final offer yesterday. I ran it by Mr. Garcia. He's made his choice, and I'm obligated to respect it. But I'm not sure that he understands that it may result, his choice may result in overall prejudice. He's asking for a jury trial, a bench trial, and a plea bargain on, on each of these cases, respectively. I would humbly ask, Your Honor, for just one final status so that I can discuss these matters with Mr. Garcia and go from there.
Okay. Yeah. January the 11th at 9:30.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. And I figure this might be as good a time as any, Your Honor. I do agree with Mr. Almanza that it can be a little bit confusing. We're actually working on a CLE for the middle of January. It's going to include literature and all the specialty courts. We invite the court and Ms. Soto and the prosecutors to come along. I think it's going to be really helpful for everybody.
I agree. Yes, let us know about that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May I have excuse?
Yes, you and your client are excused. Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Alanis?
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Your Honor. I do apologize. I'm jumping from court to court, but I have Jose Reyes, CR 20359.
Okay, and what number is that?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I do apologize.
Okay, the docket is attached to the link. I'm sorry, what, Ms. Rivera?
49, Judge.
Thank you. CR 200359-I. And is Mr. Jose Reyes present?
I believe he is.
Yes.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Judge, if I can have a short reset. I had been dealing with with Miss Gabriela Guerena. She had maybe an offer that we had accepted, and then I'm not sure if maybe they switched prosecutions, but the offer that I received from Mr. Lozano is a bit different. So I wanted to just have a chance to talk to Mr. Lozano about the previous offer that had been tendered, and see if we can get that straightened out and proceed with a plea, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, do you show any notes from Ms. Guarena?
Yes, Your Honor. It shows that paperwork was sent out on October 1st. And I saw a follow-up note sending that this defendant was pending a recommendation. So I sent a new one. I'll be in communications with Mr. Alanis, though, as far as the previous recommendation.
So are you wanting your next setting, Mr. Alanis, to be for a plea?
Yes, Judge, and I have an email from with a plea offer that I'm gonna send over to Mr. Lozano so that he can see what Ms. Guerena had offered.
Okay, December 16th at 1:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you show if Mr. Reyes has a device?
No, Judge, no record of it.
All right. All right, then we'll see you ready for a plea on December the 16th at 1:30.
Yes, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You and your client are excused. Okay, Ms. Guerra?
Hello, good morning, Judge. I have number 22 on your criminal docket.
CR 1802545-I, Jose Martin Rios Flores. Is Mr. Flores present?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Yes, Judge, this case is set for status. I have communicated with the DA, Mr. Lozano. He did extend a plea bargain offer, and I did convey that to Mr. Flores. At this time, he's not going to be accepting the offer, and we are asking for a trial date at this time, Judge.
Okay. And who is the alleged victim?
Your Honor, the victim is Israel Reese.
And is Mr. Ruiz still wanting to proceed with the case? Has anybody made contact with him?
No, Your Honor, we haven't made contact with him yet.
Okay. Well, let's start with that. Make contact with the alleged victim and see if he's even wanting to proceed with this matter. And then trial settings, I'll be ready to be giving them in January.
Okay, Judge.
So let's have him come back on January the 27th. And between at 9:30. And between now and then, that'll give the state enough time to see if the alleged victim wants to continue with this. Okay?
Understood. Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's all I have for today, Judge. You have a wonderful day, you and your staff.
Thank you. You all too. Okay. You and your client are excused.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Likewise. Okay, Mr. Oxford?
44 through 48, State of Texas versus Connie Ramos.
CR 21-05501-I, CR 19-01968-I, CR 19-01969-I, and CR 19-03178-I, CR 19-03179-I. State of Texas versus Connie Ramos. And what's the update on Ms. Ramos? Ms. Soto, do you have a report?
Sorry, Judge. Yes, she does have a mobile device for safeguard, Judge, and she has no violations.
Okay.
And Judge, from my understanding, the court wanted to ensure that she was compliant. She did email me last week that she is she's gone off certain medications completely and has been reduced the other medications that she's taking. So she's doing much better, it seems to me.
Okay, Ms. Ramos, are you feeling okay?
Oh, I'm feeling great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I congratulate you for making a comeback.
Thank you so
just
much.
Keep that up, Ms. Ramos, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you have an idea of what you want to do, Mr. Oxford, on her cases?
I do, Judge. I've looked through them, and I believe I'll be in contact with Mr. Lozano, if not this afternoon, later this week, so that we can try and resolve all of these cases in one fell swoop, Judge.
Okay, so then what do you think?
Adrian, is there a felony that's outstanding still pending?
Let me check.
Thought that there was.
No, I'm not seeing a felony pending.
Okay.
We do have an update on the mental health court. She was not accepted. Probation right now is recommending outpatient treatment for substance abuse and a possible mental impairment caseload.
Okay. So then how much time do you want, Mr. Oxford?
I can get 30 days, Judge. Would allow me, well, 30 days puts us right around Christmas, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay, let's come back on January the 11th. And only because that way we can also keep tabs to see if she's still doing well with her meds and with doing zero violations, because the holidays can sometimes be hard. So January 11th at 9:30.
Very well, Judge. I have one more, well, I guess it's more than one, but it's one more, I have one more client. Numbers 2 through 4, State of Texas versus Pedro Aguilar.
Okay, Ms. Ramos, you are excused.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
Thank you. What number is it?
2 to
Number
3.
two?
Yes, number 2, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's gonna be 2 through 4. And that's CR 1903206I, CR 2109086I, CR 2109087I. And so is Mr. Aguilar present?
Judge, I don't see his name up there. I don't know if maybe he's one of the unnamed like iPhones or Ready Now or whatever with these unnamed, but I don't see him on there, Judge. I waited as long as I could.
Now, okay, so the DWI that he had at intake was already assigned. Do you have that new case number?
Let me see if I've got that, Judge.
Judge, I apologize. I believe it's him under Ready Now's iPhone. He was waving at the camera.
Oh, okay. They're trying to figure out how to unmute.
Your Honor, I have the new case number.
Yes, Ms. Rivera gave it to me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hello,
Okay, yes, sir.
I'm Pedro Aguilar Jr.
Okay. And Mr. Oxford, the new cause number for the DWI at intake is CR 21-13233-I.
21-1332-I.
No, CR 21-13233-I.
13233. Okay, I've got that, Judge. So I guess we'll be needing to discuss with Mr. Aguilar how we're going to proceed and file whatever notices that we need to file. In this case, Judge, it's my understanding that there was some plea paperwork that was pending, but since there's a new case, I think we probably need to reassess where we're, or the not necessarily the direction, Judge, but reassess the whole situation to try and get these cases resolved.
Okay, so Ms. Soto, do you have a report on Mr. Aguilar?
Yes, Judge, he has his mobile device with safeguard and there's no violations.
Okay. All right, then what is your current phone number?
Pedro, she's talking to you.
Yes, 9556-373-0516.
Okay. All right. Okay, then we're gonna see you back here on January the 11th at 9:30. Anything else?
That's all I have before this honorable court, Judge. May I be excused and my client be excused?
Yes, you both may be excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day to both you and your staff.
Thank you. Ms. Guerra?
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Good morning, doing well.
Judge, I have Elisa Trevino. I have sent a counteroffer to the DA to see if we can get somewhat of a better deal. I'm just waiting to hear back from her. And so I just need a short time frame to resolve this case.
And what number is that?
Elisa Trevino is number 62 and 63.
Okay, CR 20-00912-I and CR 20-03276-I. And Mr. Trevino, is he present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. And so you just need a short reset?
30 days at least, Your Honor.
Okay, what is the updated report on him, Ms. Soto?
Judge, he has his mobile device with smart start and there's no violations.
Okay. Okay. December 16th is what I have, Ms. Guerra. Do you want to be set on the status docket or on the plea docket?
Put us on the status docket, Judge, but would we be able to plead that day if we can?
Yes, but you'd be at the end of the docket.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, and I'm already stacked, so just be prepared to wait on that date. I've already stacked it because it's the last.
Would it be better to set us later on, like in January, or?
I can do January the 11th.
That'll be good, Judge.
And okay, so we'll do January the 11th.
Thank you, Judge. May Mr. Trevino be excused?
Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you. And Judge, I have also number 56, Luis Roberto Rivera Sanchez. On this case, Judge, I do have a serious issue of being able to communicate with my client, given that he is totally deaf and virtually illiterate. So I just need more time. There's a new case, I believe, I'm not sure, well, it's a DWI that I think there was a new case also, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he's online.
Your Honor, this defendant has 2 felonies at intake.
So what do you want to do, Ms. Guerra?
I don't know what to do, Judge. I'm having a real hard time communicating with him. I mean, literally, I have
Does
to
a
be.
family member sign for him or anything, or?
I haven't asked that question. Can they sign for him if there's not a legal guardianship?
Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, we would have to. Mr. Aguirre has a client in the same situation, like Alex Aguirre has a client in the same situation. And what we've allowed is that because that person doesn't have formal American Sign Language training. So the mother understands him. So we let the mother come on. So I don't know how you would do it in this case.
I can look into that because I always have to have his wife or daughter present.
Okay.
I believe that's him right there where it says Minerva Reyes. I believe that's him.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I see. All right. Well, I'll give you some time. He has 2 pending felonies. Mr. Lozano, you said those are at intake?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And does he have a device, Ms. Soto?
I have no record, Judge, of a device.
Okay, then we'll just have him come on January the 11th at 9:30 as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll try to make some headway before then. Thank you.
Okay.
That's
And
all
if
the
you
business I have. May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Okay, attorneys that are on right now, is anybody needing a Spanish translator? Are any of your clients Spanish speakers?
Your Honor, I have one client that does need an interpreter, Eloy Hernandez, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take you first so that Ms. Castaneda can get back to some office work. Okay, so Mr. Hernandez, which number on the docket?
Yes, Your Honor, it's number 38 on your docket, Griselda Hernandez, who's present on Zoom from my office.
Okay, that's CR 20-3-159-I, State of Texas versus Griselda Hernandez. And Ms. Hernandez is present at your office?
Yes, Your Honor, she should be logged in.
Okay, let me see. Ms. Castaneda, will you please call out her name and ask her to, oh, there she is. Okay. Ask her if she can hear us.
Ms. Hernandez, ¿nos escucha?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And so what is your announcement, counselor?
Yes, Your Honor, the state had initially tendered a 1-year probation recommendation on Ms. Hernandez's case. However, she is PTD eligible, Your Honor. She is at my office this morning. My legal assistant is meeting with her to have her fill out the PTD application, Your Honor. We hope that we can submit that within the next day or two at the most, Your Honor. So I wanted to respectfully ask the court for a little time, hopefully for a review and potential approval.
Okay. Is this the one where it's her son-in-law? Or is that another one of your clients?
That's another one, Your Honor.
Okay. So February 24th at 1:30, I'm gonna put her down already for placement. If for some reason she's not ready at that time, but it's about more than 90 days for her to submit the packet and get it reviewed. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. No problem, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Castaneda, let her know that she needs to fill out that paperwork with her attorney and she'll return on February the 24th at 1:30.
Ms. Hernández, su próxima corte es el 24 de febrero a la 1:30 de la tarde y su abogado tiene papeleo para firmar con usted. Okay.
All right, tell her she's excused.
Ya se puede retirar, Ms. Hernández.
Okay, gracias.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Castaneda, you can go ahead and log off. Thank you, ma'am. All right, Ms. Diaz.
Your Honor, I have one other announcement if the court would allow.
Oh, sure. Sorry, Mr. Hernandez. Go ahead.
I apologize, Your Honor. Just my other client does not need an interpreter, but he is number 41 on your docket, Edward Markowski.
Okay, CR 20-07307-I, and Mr. Markowski did check in. And what is your announcement, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Markowski was approved for PTD. He gets paid tomorrow, Your Honor. He's respectfully asking if the court would allow him to be able to pay the $500 fee tomorrow, and then we can get submitted to the DA's office, get the paperwork signed up. So I wanted to ask for a short reset, Your Honor, so we can get him signed up for a PTD plea.
Okay, so Mr. Lozano, if you can please send the payment letter to Mr. Hernandez so his client can pay it.
He already sent the letter.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. My client just needs to go pay it tomorrow.
All right, November 30th at 1:30.
November 30th at 1:30. Okay, just make sure, Eddie, that you go pay it by tomorrow and send me the receipt so I can forward it to the DA's office, okay?
You got it. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. That's all that we have this morning before this honorable court. May we be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you, Your
Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, now Ms. Diaz, sorry about
Yes,
that.
yes, that's okay. Good morning, Your Honor. I'm number 64 on your docket. Myra Vargas, she is present, Your Honor.
Okay,
CR.
CR 20-00877-I. Okay, and Ms. Vargas, I do see her. And what is your
We're set
announcement?
for status today, Judge. I have received a recommendation from the state and the discovery. And unfortunately, Your Honor, I am not able to access the digital discovery that I received. I have sent this notice to the DA's office, and we're making arrangements when I can come in so I can review that, Judge. So we will need more time.
Okay. Ms. Soto, do you have a report on Ms. Vargas?
Yes, Judge, she has her mobile device, a smart start, and there's no violations, Judge.
Okay. Okay. All right. January 11th at 9:30. Will that give you enough time?
Yes, it should, Your Honor. I'm hoping to take care of it within the next week or so.
Okay. January 11th at 9:30 then.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we both be excused, Your Honor.
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Likewise. Okay, Mr. Mora? Dan Mora? Okay, Mr. Ramirez, Dennis Ramirez?
Good morning, Judge.
Oh, hold on. Dan flipped his camera on. Okay, let me go ahead and take him first. Okay, Mr.
Yes, Your
Mora,
Honor.
go ahead.
Judge, we've got Mr. Roman Solorzano, CR 20-06134I.
Okay, and is Mr. Solorzano present?
He is. I saw him on the screen, Judge.
Okay, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, we got an email yesterday from Mr. Lozano. The victim was supposed to go in, or I guess there was some appointment that was set up with regards to an AMP, and apparently did not show up, didn't answer their call.
Okay, yes, and was supposed to provide victim testimony today?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Lozano, do you have an update?
Your Honor, that was the update. The AMP was supposed to be for yesterday. They didn't follow up. We did call. We left a voicemail. We didn't receive a call back.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So then, Mr. Mora, do you want some time to see if that person's gonna go in, or do you want me, what would you like?
I'd like to see if they're gonna try, just because this is not gonna be a plea or anything to that effect, with regards to what my clients informed me on how this case evolved.
Okay. Mr. Lozano, do you want some time to try to get a hold of the alleged victim?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay, then we'll come back on January the 11th at 9:30. And we'll see, that should give them plenty of time to try to come in.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excused.
Yes, you both may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez?
Judge, good morning, Judge. Number 42 on your docket.
CR 21-01005-I. State of Texas versus Morima, Morima Navarro. Is Ms. Navarro present?
She is, Your Honor.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and what is the announcement, Counselor?
Your Honor, this is an ADR. I have the certificates for the class that my client has taken. I just need to confirm with the state what other information they may or may not need at this time.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, do you show anything else?
Your Honor, at this time, the file is not with us. It's gone to my supervisor. This defendant has tested positive for drugs on June 19th, July 22nd, and August 30th.
Okay, were you aware of that, Mr. Ramirez?
Yeah, she made me aware of the first test, and that's why the DA's office had worked with me on a retest. I know she was taking some medications and some other home remedies, and she had advised me that there may be some issues with that, but it's been some time now. I don't know if that's all that was lacking. I know she already took the class that was required of her. Perhaps maybe we can set up a retest and hopefully the issue's taken care of.
Well, they gave her 3 chances and she tested dirty 3 times. I
Yes,
don't know
Judge.
what medication does that or what.
Okay.
I mean, Ms. Navarro, if whatever you're doing, you need to not do it unless you have a prescription. And if you have a prescription, you need to submit that. And it doesn't mean that the DA's office is going to accept it. But you
Yes, ma'am.
tested dirty 3 times. That doesn't look good on you.
No, I understand. Yes, ma'am.
So I seriously doubt the ADR is going to be approved with 3 dirty tests. But I don't know. And what is she claiming to have prescribed medication, or is it her homeopathic stuff, or what?
I believe it was some exploratory pain medications, Your Honor, but nothing FDA approved, nothing prescribed based on my conversations. Perhaps if we can just, if it's likely not going to be an ADR and the court's absolutely correct, perhaps if we can just set this for a pretrial date or something to settle it towards disposition. And I'm sure counsel for the state will get me a plea offer and I can visit with my client on that issue.
Ms. Navarro, if you have a problem with drugs, there's help that I can provide to you. I can let you know about some programs. So I suggest that you have a good conversation with your attorney with respect to that, because what's going to happen is if you decide to take a plea offer, that plea offer is going to probably contain probation time, which means that you will have to take UAs and they will test you. So if you're testing dirty now and you're having a problem with it, you're never going to be able to pass the probation requirements, and you're going to find yourself with a motion to revoke and probably face some time. So have a good conversation and an honest one with your attorney, okay? It's a yes or no. The reporter can't take
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to give you some time to explore a plea offer, Mr. Ramirez, and to have an honest conversation with your client. And we'll come back on January the 11th at 9:30 so she can let us know what it is that she's going to decide to do, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any other case?
Yes, Your Honor. I have number 17, 18, and 19, I believe. This defendant has 3 cases.
Okay, Ms. Navarro, you're excused until January the 11th at 9:30.
Okay, thank you.
All right, CR 20-09644-I, CR 20-00562-I, and CR 20-09645-I, State of Texas versus Adrian Echavarria. Mr. Echavarria, are you present?
Your Honor, he is not. My announcement to the court at this time is that he is currently in federal custody.
Oh.
I was contacted by his federal attorney regarding these state cases and the status of these cases about a month ago, and they were trying to get him out on bond. My understanding is that he has not been able to post bond in the federal case. So I'll let the court proceed accordingly at this time.
So then, do you know, so he hasn't even gone through any of the process as to how long he's in the sentencing phase? Nothing
No,
like
Judge.
that?
I believe that he was arrested on a complaint and he's in custody awaiting indictment. There's multiple defendants, so they have not indicted just yet. So I would have thought he would have posted bond by now, but he has not.
Wow.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, well, we'll just set you out and see where you're at on February the 24th at 9:30. And you can
Judge.
let us know if he's still in custody or where he's at.
Yes, Your Honor. February 24th?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing further before this honorable court. May I be excused?
you certainly may.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Regalado?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I have number 43 on the court's docket.
Okay, CR 21-05826-I, State of Texas versus Samuel Perez. Is Mr. Perez present?
He's not present, Your Honor. We have not had contact with him since my appointment. I did send out a notice to his address that we have on file, but I've had zero contact with him.
Okay.
And I think this is the second setting with my same announcement, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, we'll just wait till the end, and if not, we'll have to issue an ISI.
Yes, Your Honor. May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Likewise. Okay, Mr. Ramos?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on number 31 through 34 on your docket. The State of Texas versus Julio Garza.
All right, CR 20-02230-I, CR 20-02262-I, CR 20-03944-I, State of Texas versus Julio Garza. Is Mr. Garza present?
Your Honor, I do not see him here on Zoom.
Okay.
I have made attempts to reach him to no avail, Your Honor. I'm likely going to be filing a motion to withdraw.
Okay, we'll just wait till the end of the docket and then I'll issue a nice I have no response.
Yes, Your Honor. And I have one other case number 59 on your docket.
Okay, CR 21-03585-I, State of Texas versus Jose Armando Solis. Is Mr. Solis present?
Yes, Your Honor, I do see him logged on here on Zoom.
Okay.
Your Honor, the announcement for this case, Mr. Solis was accepted into the pretrial diversion program. He's making arrangements to make payment, and we will be getting the paperwork done for a plea.
Okay, and how much time is he taking to make that payment?
Your Honor, if we can have 30 days.
He can't do it sooner?
Mr. Solis, what do you think?
I could do it on Friday, but if my mom could do it, because I'm not really in town right now, I'm working. But if my mom can go take it on Friday, she'll do it.
Well, this is what we'll do. So, Mr. Lozano's have you sent out the payment letter yet or not yet?
Yes, Your Honor, it was sent out yesterday.
Okay. So we're gonna have him come back on December the 16th at 1:30, and that'll give plenty of time for y'all to figure this out. Okay?
We will, Your Honor.
And that'll be already for placement. So he has to have everything ready by that date.
We will, Judge. We'll do it with time.
All right. Okay. We'll see you then, Mr. Solis.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank
Any
you, Your
other
Honor.
case?
I have no further cases before this honorable court, Your Honor. I'll go in and wait for the nice end and see what happens there.
Okay. Mr. Barbosa?
Good morning, Judge. I'm here, number 21 on the court's docket.
Number 20?
21, I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay, I have you for number 20. It's CR 21-01160-I, Antonio Espinosa.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. I
Okay,
apologize.
is Mr. Espinosa present?
He isn't, Your Honor. Judge, we had pled out to a felony that was attached to this case last week, and they were dismissing this case. We just have to get with the state to do it administratively. I apologize, but my client was meeting with probation this morning and couldn't get on the Zoom, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Lozano, do you show any notes to that effect?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. The defendant did plead to the felony. The state will be moving to dismiss this possession of marijuana.
Okay, and how much time do you need to file that dismissal?
I'll be filing it today after docket, Your Honor.
Okay, then I'll just put a tickler for the 19th, just to make sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Barbosa, is today your birthday?
It is, Your Honor, yes.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, well then we'll set a tickler for November the 19th.
Okay, thank you, Judge. That's all I have before this.
Maybe I should start with, if it's your birthday, you get to go to the top of the list.
A dismissal is a fine enough gift, Your Honor. So
Okay. All right, you take care.
thank you, Judge. Stay
All
safe.
right. I know your birthday already passed, Mr. Munoz, so you already passed up that opportunity.
I know, Judge. So back to the list now.
Back to the bottom. All right. Okay, what number, sir?
Judge, I have 51 and 52 on the court docket. Isaías Rivera, he's present on the Zoom.
Okay.
And Judge, I just need some additional time in this case. It's either going to be a pretrial diversion if my client can get a license, and if he cannot, then we're going to file a motion to suppress, Judge. But I'll know by the next setting.
CR 20-5817-I, CR 20-5818-I, State of Texas versus Isaías Rivera. So, Mr. Rivera, were you able to secure a driver's license appointment yet?
He's a Spanish speaker, Judge. He doesn't have legal status, so I don't know if he was going to try and get a driver's license from Mexico and see if the state would accept that.
Mr. Lozano, are they accepting driver's license from Mexico? I didn't think they were.
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I would need to confirm with probation.
I believe they are, Judge.
Oh, they are?
But
Wow.
on the applications, but the last time I heard, Mr. Gonzalez said yes.
Okay, well, that's new. Now we all know. You learn something new every day. All right, Mr. Munoz, and I'll give you that opportunity. I don't know how a driver's license in Mexico work, but I'll have y'all come back on January the 27th. And hopefully by then he needs to tell me what he's gonna do.
Oh, yes, Judge, that'll work. May he be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Judge,
Okay.
I also have one other case set this morning. It's number 12, 13, and 14 on the court's docket, John Cardasola.
Is he in your office? Mr. Rivera, is he in your office?
Mr. Rivera is, Judge.
Oh, okay, then you can have your staff let him know that he's excused.
Yeah, I'll let him know, Judge.
All right, CR 20-07134-I, CR 20-07132-I, and CR 20-07133-I. State of Texas versus John Caratzola, Caratzola. And is he present?
He is not, Judge. We weren't able to reach out to him to get him the Zoom information, Judge. We've tried contacting him since yesterday afternoon.
Okay. So did he have notice of today's hearing? Didn't we give him notice before?
At the last setting, possibly, Judge. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I believe at the last setting, he was given notice for today.
Okay, and I can bring him in as soon as I get a hold of him, Judge.
Okay. All right, anything else?
No, Judge, that's all I have this morning, Judge. If I may be excused in my client's.
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Lozano?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good
I'm
morning.
sorry, there's an attorney, Frank Lozano, standing in for Mr. Ballesteros.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. I have number 37 on the court's docket. This is a contested restitution hearing for Eduardo Gutierrez.
Okay. And I believe we're set at 11, but the state, how do you want to proceed, Mr. Adrian Lozano?
Your Honor, ADA Eduardo Sosa will be handling this matter.
Okay, so it's CR 1505976-I, State of Texas versus Eduardo Gutierrez. Mr. Gutierrez is present. Okay, Mr. Sosa, go ahead. You're on mute.
Sorry, Judge, I was on the phone. The victim should be in the waiting area. His last name is Guerrero.
I don't have anybody in my waiting room.
Yes, 1 second, Judge. Let me try to get in contact with him. I provided him the Zoom information. I spoke with him this morning.
Okay.
If you can just recall it.
Well, I'll recall it at 11 because I believe that's the setting that we had given at that time. So Mr. Lozano, just be on standby until 11 o'clock and I'll recall it in about 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Carlos Gutierrez, who is your attorney?
Good morning. I believe I'm speaking for Eduardo Gutierrez and I think the attorney Frank Lozano.
Okay, so Mr. Lozano, I'm sorry, Mr. Sosa, what did you say the name of the alleged victim was?
I'm sorry, Judge. I thought it was Guerrero.
No, Your Honor, Mr. Carlos Perez is actually my witness
on
this hearing, so that's what he's here for.
All right, okay.
You're misinformed about the time of the docket, but that's not your fault. It's just
okay.
And I was mistaken, Judge. It's Claudio Guerra. My apologies.
Okay, so then I'll go ahead and just recall it then. I just wanted to make sure. All right. Okay, Mr. Garazzola, can you please turn on your camera? Okay, sir. So your attorney already made the announcement and we'll let him know that you logged in after the fact. So let me get you, let's see. What number was he on the docket?
Number 12, Judge.
Okay. Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Garazzola?
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. I just got notice on it, or I would have been here on time.
Okay.
I apologize for that.
So I just needed to have you check in and then we'll go ahead and give your attorney, you'll be returning back on February the 24th at 9:30. And if somebody from my staff can give Mr. Munoz that setting, and if he needs an earlier setting, please let him know to let us know. We'll set him sooner.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Garazzola, we'll see you back here on February the 24th at 9:30.
Okay. Could I ask, Your Honor, what's going on with this case? Because I've been kind of kept in the dark on everything.
Okay.
I haven't had it.
I wouldn't be able to answer that, sir. You'd have to speak to your attorney because you do have legal counsel. And
Okay.
so I can't speak to you without your attorney being with you.
Okay, I'll give him a call back. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. You have a good day.
You too.
Okay, I believe the only thing we have pending are the nice signs and this case, so we'll be on recess until 11 a.m. We're off the record.
He says he's logging on, that he was downloading the software.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, all right, get back on the record. Sorry, Miss Flores. All right, so I do have a Zoom user that's trying to connect to audio right now. I do not know if that is the person.
I think that might be him, Judge. I've never seen him, but I think it might be him.
Okay, please unmute, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Claudio Humberto Guerra.
Okay, sir. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So Mr. Carlos Gutierrez, I'm gonna have you back in the waiting room, sir. But Mr. Eduardo Gutierrez, can you hear me? All right. So let me see. Let me go back to that number.
$37, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, so let me go ahead. Mr. Frank Lozano, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Fence is ready.
All right, so CR 1505976-I, State of Texas versus Eduardo Alvarez Gutierrez, and defendant is present. So let me have Eduardo Gutierrez, Mr. Guerra, and Mr. Carlos Gutierrez. All raise your right hand. And you all need to unmute. Carlos and Eduardo, you need to unmute. All right, do you swear that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Guerra, yes or no?
Yes.
Eduardo Gutierrez, yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Carlos Gutierrez, yes or no?
Yes.
All right, you may lower your hand. Mr. Carlos Gutierrez, I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room, and I'll allow you to come back in when it's your turn to testify if necessary, okay? Okay. So, Mr. Sosa, you ready?
Yes, Judge.
You can call your first witness.
The state calls Claudio Guerra to the stand, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Guerra, please listen to the questions carefully and answer as concise as you can, okay? Go ahead. All right, go ahead, Mr. Sosa.
Good morning, Mr. Guerra. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Yes, my name is Claudio Humberto Guerra.
Okay, sir. And were you a victim to an accident involving damage to your vehicle that occurred on or about November 6th of 2014?
Correct. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
What kind of damages did you sustain as a result of this incident?
Basically, total wreckage. I got rear-ended from behind. Total loss. My truck was a complete total loss. Undrivable.
And Judge, at this time, the state requests to be able to share screen as to be able to prove up the damages.
Okay, let me just do that. Go ahead, you should be able to do it.
Okay. I'm now going to pull up the estimates you provided to the police department. 1 second. So, Mr. Guerra, do you recognize this this statement from Curly's Towing
Yes,
Service
correct.
LLC?
Hold on, Mr. Guerra, you need to let Mr. Sosa finish his question and
Oh.
then you can answer, okay? We need to have a clear record.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Sosa.
Again, for the record, do you recognize this statement from Curly's Towing Service for $704.65?
Yes.
Okay, and did you pay that out of your own pocket?
Yes.
Was that a result of this incident?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you see this other receipt from Curly's towing for $404.65?
Yes.
Did you have to pay that out of your own pocket?
I sure did. Yes.
And was this a result of the incident that we were here for today?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I'm showing you a statement from Collision Specialists, which has a final statement of $7,676.75. Did you pay any of it or all of it as a result of this incident?
That no, that I did not.
Okay, so your insurance paid for this?
No, nobody paid me anything. No.
Okay, so you
That was
never
just-
received
I believe that-
received anything for this for your truck or for any damage that you received otherwise from this incident?
No, that I believe that was an estimate to try to what was the total value or of the damages that were caused because of the accident. Yeah.
Okay,
Because I
so
had
you
to-
weren't paid anything for the towing or for your vehicle?
No, sir. No.
Okay.
I had to take it to the collision specialist to make it a total loss for the insurance, and that's the amount of the damages that were specified. Sorry.
Okay, Judge, at this time, the state's requesting that restitution be ordered in the amount of $10,460.05, as that is the total of the estimate of the vehicle and both towing bills.
Okay, Mr. Frank Lozano, do you have any questions of this witness? You're on mute.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Guerra.
Morning, sir.
Can I ask you how much you paid for the vehicle?
$8,000 back when. Yeah.
And what year did you pay that?
I was in 04,
04.
05, something like that, yeah.
And this vehicle was totaled in 2015, is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many miles you put on the vehicle?
I don't, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a while.
Do you know how many miles were on the vehicle at the time of the accident?
And it's been a long time, sir. No, I don't know.
Okay. If I told you that the amount of miles was about 257,000, does that sound about right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was an old truck. Yes, yes, sir.
Did you happen to look up what the value of the truck was at the time of the accident?
No, sir. No, I wouldn't do that, sir. No.
So you don't know how much it was worth?
No, sir.
And you didn't pay any amount of money to repair the truck, is that correct?
Oh, no, that was impossible. No, sir.
Okay. And it was impossible because it was totaled, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I had to take it to the collision specialist to get it declared total loss.
Mhm.
So I had to take it from the junkyard to them, and then from there, honestly, I had to take it home from there to the house, my parents' house.
So you still have the vehicle then?
Oh, no, I don't.
What happened to the vehicle?
We basically gave it to salvage. Yeah,
Okay, did you receive any money from that salvage?
No. We had to pay to have them take it.
Okay. And how much did you pay out of pocket for the towing, Mr. Guerra?
I don't remember, but I think it was a $400, the second receipt.
Okay, so $400.
Yeah, no more. I mean, it was the second receipt, yeah.
And how much did you pay out of pocket for your medical expenses?
That was like around $1,200 because my insurance at the time pretty much, my wife's insurance pretty much covered everything. So out of pocket, what I had to pay was $1,200.
Okay. And do you have any estimation of what you think the truck was worth at the time of the accident?
At best, no more than 4,000 at best.
Okay. But that's just, but you have nothing to back that
No,
opinion? Okay.
No.
I'll pass the witness.
Go ahead.
Okay, any other questions, Mr. Sosa?
Judge, I would just ask that the court judicially notice that there were medical damages. I didn't cover with the witness, but as the defense points out in cross-examination, there were medical damages paid out of pocket. I have a number of $1,672 for medical damages.
Okay, so, and do you want, or is anybody calling Mr. Eduardo Gutierrez as a witness?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Sosa, I'm sorry, you said no?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Lozano, do you have any evidence indicating what the Kelly Blue Book value was?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. And I would like to introduce it through my witness if possible.
Okay.
Mr. Carlos Gutierrez.
All right, so let Mr. Gutierrez in from the waiting room then. Is that your next witness? So does the state have any other witnesses?
No, Judge, the state rests or.
All right, so Mr. Lozano, you have your witness, you're calling Carlos Gutierrez Jr.?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, let me let him in. Okay, Mr. Carlos Gutierrez, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, will you please turn your camera on?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I think there it is.
Okay, Mr. Gutierrez, let me just remind you that you are still under oath. The state has rested and the defense has some questions from you. So I'm going to allow Attorney Frank Lozano to take you under direct examination. Go ahead, Mr. Lozano.
Good morning, Mr. Gutierrez. Could you state your full name for the record?
Carlos Gutierrez Jr.
And Mr. Gutierrez, do you have any relation to the defendant, Eduardo Gutierrez?
Yes, he's my brother.
Okay. And Mr. Gutierrez, are you familiar with the incident that occurred that totaled this truck?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Gutierrez, have you had an opportunity to look up the value of this truck at the time of the accident?
Yes, sir.
And where did you find that information?
Kelly Blue Book.
Okay. And do you mind, if I could share the screen, Your Honor, to show the Kelly Blue Book?
I think the share screen should still be on. Let me double check. Yes, it's still on.
Let's see. Is it, let's see. Is that showing, can the court see that? Or can the
Yes.
witness see that? Mr. Gutierrez, can you see the Kelly Blue Book value?
Yes, sir.
And what does it say? Mr. Gutierrez?
He froze.
No.
Let me see if I remove him. Let me see if I put him in the waiting room, if he'll come back out. If it'll unfreeze when he comes back. Hold on. Actually, he disconnected.
You said his internet dropped.
Okay.
He's getting on his phone at the moment.
Okay. This isn't him, it's another attorney. Mr. Bravo, okay, we're in the middle of a contested hearing, but we lost the witness due to connectivity issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take up Mr. Bravo's announcement while we're waiting for Mr. Gutierrez, the witness, to come back on. Mr. Bravo, what case are you here on? What number on the court's docket?
Check that.
Mr. Bravo, what number on the court's docket, sir?
I'm checking, Your Honor. It's on Victor Lopez. I just spoke with him, Your Honor. He should be logging in right now.
Okay, he's still not in. I have nobody waiting in the waiting room.
Let's see where he is. Number 40, Your Honor, on the docket.
Okay. So I guess we have to wait for yours as well. Well, he tried to log on, Mr. Bravo, and then he lost connection as well.
I just got off the phone with him, Your Honor. He should be trying to get back on.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself?
There we go. I got it.
Okay, So Mr. Lopez, it's CR 20-07321-I, State of Texas versus Victor Lopez. And what is your announcement, Mr. Bravo? You're on mute.
We would be requesting additional time, Judge. I believe discovery has been sent. He also does have a pending felony, Your Honor. So we would be requesting some time.
Okay, and Mr. Adrian Lozano, do you see if this felony is still at intake?
Yes, Your Honor, it's still at intake.
Okay. And let me see. Ms. Soto, do you show if Mr. Lopez has a device?
Judge, I have no record, Judge.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Bravo, I guess you're gonna wait to see what happens on the felony?
I would prefer, Judge. The case, I believe, is from like 2020, so I'm wondering if he'll be indicted fairly soon.
Okay, February 24th at 9:30. Okay, anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you then, Mr. Lopez.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have for the court this morning. May I be excused?
Yes, you may, sir. Okay. All right, so Mr. Lozano, Frank Lozano, looks like your witness is trying to get back in, so let me try and let him back in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Gutierrez, can you hear us now?
Yes, I'm sorry, my internet dropped.
Okay, so Mr. Lozano, you can put that back on the screen and then continue to question Mr. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Gutierrez, did you also have an opportunity to look up the Edmunds value of the car at the time of the accident?
Yes, I have this here.
And can you see it on the screen right there? Is that what you looked up?
Yes, yes, sir. That's
And is
exactly
that-
it.
And from your research of it, do you believe that's the accurate value of the car's value at the time of the accident?
Yes, sir.
And for the purpose of the record, can you read out the value, the average value of the car at the time of the accident as described by Edmunds?
The average value is 823.
Okay. And now I'm going to see if I can show you the Kelly Blue Book value. For the purpose of the record, can you read out the value range that it's indicating?
Yes, it's 1,267 through.
Well, I don't have that on the screen, so
Let me see if I can.
switch over to that one, please.
Sorry, Your Honor. Is it showing up now? Let's see.
It is.
Okay. Mr. Gutierrez, could you read that into the record?
Yes, it's going to be 1,267 through 3,110.
Okay. And then also, Mr. Gutierrez, did you have an opportunity to, I'm going to show you another screen. Did you have an opportunity to research the value of this vehicle according to VIN audit?
Yes.
And based on VIN audit, what was the valuation that you researched?
The average market would be 1,732.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Sosa? You're on mute, Mr. Sosa.
No questions from the state, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I have a few questions. So, Mr. Gutierrez, Carlos Gutierrez, what qualifies you to be able to give the values of any used cars?
I I just looked them up on Kelly Blue Book, putting in the information of the vehicle. So I'm just going based off what's on Kelly Blue Book.
Okay, so you don't sell used cars, you don't value used cars or anything like that?
No, Judge.
Okay, so for clarification, Mr. Guerra, did you pay the $745 for towing or $404.65 for towing? You're on mute.
It was both? Sorry.
So you paid both $745 plus the $404.65.
Right, because on the second ticket was to take her back home. Yeah, take my truck. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. And I didn't get this from the defense, but is there a number that you're wanting me to look at to see as to what to award, since you're contesting the $10,460.05?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
yes, Your Honor. In regards to the towing number, in discovery, we only received the receipt for the $400. There was never a receipt showing payment of the $700. So the defense is contending that $400 was paid out of pocket by the victim. As per his testimony, approximately $1,200 was paid out of pocket for his medical expenses. And then based on the valuations found by our lay witness, who's not an expert in valuation, but who has looked up the valuation of the car at the time of the accident, we believe that's also another $1,400 for a 18-year-old vehicle with approximately 257,000 miles on it at the time of the accident in average condition, coming out to a total valuation, if you add it up, to approximately $3,000, Your Honor.
Okay. So any final arguments? Okay, let's get this clear though. Mr. Lozano, were you just referencing the Kelly Blue Book value in each one of those values as demonstrative, or are you asking for those to be admitted?
Your Honor, I'm asking for those to be admitted based on the personal knowledge of the witness.
Okay. And what is the state, or is the state objecting?
Yes, Judge, as Your Honor pointed out, the witness isn't qualified to testify as an expert, and the documents aren't self-authenticating. Neither were we provided with notice. However, we leave the restitution issue to the discretion of the court.
Okay, that objection is sustained. I'm not allowing it into evidence because he's not the person to be able to, he's not the expert to be able to actually authenticate those. However, I will allow them to be used as reference for him to have, to refer to them. I'll allow them to be used as reference. Now, Mr. Alsosa, you were not clear as to whether or not you were asking for those exhibits to be introduced as evidence as well.
Yes, Judge, if it's possible, the state moves to admit the whole offense report, which includes all the estimates.
Okay, Mr. Lozano?
Sorry, Your Honor, we're objecting to the invoice being introduced as evidence, seeing as that the victim never actually paid out of pocket that the amount of $7,000. It would be an unjust enrichment of the victim to award him the invoice amount as introduced by the state.
And Judge, if I may, these are business records, so they are self-authenticating. So the state would object to the objection.
Okay, so the state, I'm going to overrule that objection. I'm going to allow it to be into evidence. However, it doesn't mean that I'm going to look at it. And I understand what you're saying, Mr. Lozano, with respect to that. And I do agree with you. If he didn't pay it, it was just something that they were, and they tend to inflate those numbers as well. And so, however, so what I am going to do is, I need for an order to be filed with the court leaving the amount of restitution blank, and I will fill that in.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file that.
Okay. And then I'll go ahead, as soon as it gets forwarded to my queue, then I'll go ahead and sign off on that and send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, if nothing further, you all are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me see. Number 5 and number 6 got reset to what date?
Number 5 and number 6.
5 and 6 got reset to January 13th, 2022, Your Honor.
Okay. 10 and 11 were reset to November 30th?
Yes, ma'am.
At what time?
At 9:30.
Okay. And then. Okay, so then we did a tickler. I know on number 18, your notes indicated no reset, but we did a tickler. I mean, we did a reset for February 24th at 9:30, Ms. Rivera.
Yes, I think I mistyped it. I'm sorry.
Okay, and then I have 23 and 24 not showing up, Mr. Damian. And then number 25 and 26.
Your reset to Thursday, Judge.
Okay. And then I have 31 through 34 as a nice sign. I have number 43 as a nice sign. Number 50, Mr. Jackson is still in probate court.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll find out how much time they're gonna need on that. Ms. Soto, does he have a device?
I have no record, Judge.
Okay. And then number 65 and 66 were moved to the 2 p.m. docket.
Yes, Judge, he should be in person.
Okay, and then 68 is January 25th. Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Damian, go ahead and call those names out.
Yes, ma'am. Carlos Manuel Fuentes, Carlos Fuentes, Carlos Fuentes. Julio Garza, Julio Garza, Julio Garza. Samuel Pérez, Samuel Pérez, Samuel Pérez. And that's all I got, Judge.
Okay. Then what does the state say of those no-show defendants?
Your Honor, state requests that a judgment NISA be granted, a KPS issued, and all bonds forfeited for these no-show defendants.
Okay, that'll be so granted. Okay, that concludes this morning's docket.